We interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With
John
ready in his chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
It is. It's time. Now, I know earlier in the week we quoted saying that John said he would be on time. John got some bad news today. I don't want to share that. That's personal, private to him. But he found out last minute, was not able to make it, and I did not have time to scramble to find a co-host, so I did just put out on the ThinkSoJoE Facebook page. This may be a shorter episode than usual. In fact, I completely forgot I wanted to share this on Facebook and get people into the chat. But, yeah, so it's just me today. And I don't know if I got 2 full hours in me of shit to talk about. So we're gonna try our best to make this as long as I possibly can, but that's not what I wanted. I want official ThinkSoJoE. I love that sound, huh? Mechanical keyboards for the win. Hey, Greg. Yeah, unexpected solo show today. So we got some shit going on in the music scene we can talk about. I got a bunch of shows that I've gone to and am going to this week. All ska shows. Left Alone killed it last night, opening for the Aquabats, and I went in there like, all right, I'm gonna get the Aquabats record and I'm gonna get a T-shirt, and I left with the Left Alone vinyl and T-shirt instead. They were pretty killer. Let me share this here real quick on social. Let's see, just me. I clicked in there. Why is it not going? Just me today. Come chat. Share now. All right. Death of Slim Shady coming out on Friday. I'm looking forward to it. First track was an homage to the Steve Miller Band. Of course, Abracadabra. And was praised by Steve Miller himself, which is cool, you know. Yeah, it should be a good album. I'm looking forward to it. You know what was surprisingly good, though, was yesterday. I found out about this Monday. I'm in a bunch of like ska groups, and I think the Horn Pub group said, oh, it's official, Real Big Fish is doing a song with Ice Nine Kills. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean Real Big Fish? Happy ass fucking ska band Real Big Fish versus doom and gloom fucking horror band Ice Nine Kills. I know I said John would see it. This is why you got to tune in right at 6, because I already explained that John had a situation, wasn't able to make it, found out last minute, wasn't able to come. It's just me today. But yeah, Real Big Fish, Ice Nine Kills. Like, how? And it's a cover of Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine. It is fantastic. Up until earlier today, I didn't see one person say anything negative, and then I started seeing, actually, those people. But I really fucking enjoyed it, and everybody I've talked to that has listened to it has enjoyed it. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Working through tornadoes and shit, dealing with medications is not, yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, no, yeah, John got some bad news before he came, and he was, I gave him the option. I said, you can show up if you want. If you don't show up, that's cool. I'll just figure it out. That's why I posted on the ThinkSoJoE Facebook page. This may be a shorter episode because what the fuck am I talking about for 2 hours? And again, there is shit to talk about. Like, there is, and I don't want to get too deep into this, because there are a lot of accusations and rumors and all kinds of things going on about a certain music festival that was supposed to take place next month, and it got pushed back to next year, and the guy still wants to do it, but there's all this shit out there that I don't know any of where the truth is. If any of it is true, then fuck that guy. If it's not true, then that's some pretty fucking heavy accusations people are throwing his way. I mean, let's do better. If this guy's as bad as he says he is, as people say he is, then let's figure out how to handle that. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm not defending the guy, especially if he has done any of the stuff that people are saying that he's done. But my name was associated with that. It needs to be addressed. I had informed the organizer of said festival that I was not going to be participating, that I would like my name to be removed from all social media, which I don't think it was. And I said all that ahead of the apparent cancellation of said festival. But yeah, just so we're clear, I don't know shit. I was invited to be a part of this festival. I saw a dude with some ambition and a desire to do a Warped Tour for local bands, and was like, hey, that's cool. And then sat there and watched it fall apart from the inside. So, you know, it's you know, it is what it is. Lots of drama, lots of fighting, lots of arguing, lots of, you know, and that shit's gonna happen in any group of people. But, you know, it sucks that it got this public and on this big of a scale. And hopefully, you know, whatever this issue is between that guy and the people saying this shit, hopefully all that gets resolved. And if any of the shit that they're saying about him is true, hopefully he gets what's coming to him. And, you know, and again, that's if. I don't know. I have no idea. Just, like, I never met the dude before he was in my inbox saying, hey, do you want to be a vendor on the show? So, I don't know nothing about him. I don't know enough to say either way of what's happening. Just lots of fucking drama. And, you know, figure this is a local music podcast for Buffalo, for Western New York, and there's this big fucking thing blowing up right now in Western New York, and it needed to be addressed. And quite frankly, that's all I want to say about it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the dude. As far as I know, this festival is officially not happening. But I am no longer associated with it in any way because, quite frankly, I didn't want to be associated with the accusations that were being thrown towards the guy. So, whatever. That's what it is. That is. But better news now is there's a lot of ska shit going on this week in Buffalo, and I know we got some metal fans and Taylor Swift fans and all kinds of different music, but man, how, you know, it's a ska week in Buffalo. The Aquabats were here last night. That was a hell of a fucking show. With the Agrolites and Left Alone. And Left Alone was just you know, clearly made an impression on me. I bought a shirt, John got a shirt, I got the record. They had 4 records. I'm like, hey, which one should I buy? And the girl just goes, everybody asks me this. And she's like, do you like ska more or do you like punk more? And I'm like, give me the punk one. So I got one of the records, haven't had a chance to listen to it yet because I woke up at like 3 p.m., which is usually when I put out the promo for the show. So I was like, shit, I got to get breakfast and get promo out for the show. Luckily this week I already had an idea of what I was going to play on the show. Because I'm going to several events this week and unable to attend several events I wanted to go to. I would have liked to have gone to this week. Because I've had tickets for the Buffalo Ska Fest since like August of last year. Buy our merch.thinksojoe.com. And you know, I bought them before they announced any of the bands. I completely forgot to remind John that it was this weekend, so John made plans for this weekend, and now I have an extra ticket for Buffalo Ska Fest, which I'm looking to get like $20 out of, which is half the cost of what they're charging right now for a ticket for Buffalo Ska Fest. However, if anybody wants to go to Buffalo Ska Fest for free, Riot Squad Media right now on social media is looking for volunteers for the show. In fact, I just had that pulled up. Let me find that again. Because I clicked somewhere else and I was like, oh, wait a second. No, I want to talk about this too. Which all the shows we're going to talk about today are on Saturday night. Yeah, if you want, dude, it's at Ironworks. Just hit me up. It's I think it starts at like 4 o'clock or so. I'll have to look. I got it up, and we'll talk about it later. But where is the? Maybe I gotta click on Laura. Let me find Laura's page. But dialed in for beard maintenance tips. Nice. Beard oils and conditioner, and brush it. That's it. And trim. You know, you gotta keep it neat. You gotta trim it. Which is, you know, when I first started growing this whole thing, I didn't know that I had to it's just like sticking out all over all out to the sides. So the way I do it is I got a trimmer, right? Like with the attachments, so you can, you know, so I do the number 3 down here, right? And then we go up a little and do the number 2, and then way up here we get the 1, right? And then after you do all that, you brush it. When you take a shower, you do conditioner. You shampoo it every couple of days, not every day. You know, you're not supposed to shampoo every day. And then you know, hit that conditioner. Some beard oils are nice. I need to get more. I usually go with Grave Before Shave beard oils. That's been my go-to. But yeah, that's you know, there you go. You got beard maintenance tips. Thanks to Phil. Phil, who was playing Friday night at the Buffalo Ska Fest kickoff show at Mohawk Place. But right now, Buffalo Ska Fest proper on Saturday, they're looking for a few volunteers for each night, and if you're interested, they'll give you a ticket, and you can just contact Laura Rose of Riot Squad Media. Just probably DM Riot Squad Media's page; they'll get it, I'm sure. And that would be, you know, come hang out and they'll put you to work. I just want to go enjoy the show, so I'm probably not volunteering. But I did find out, if you guys have been following the show for a while, you know that I owe Ian from Cardboard Homestead $35. And I have owed Ian from Cardboard Homestead $35 for the longest time. And that it is literally on the floor behind me in a cup. And he's going to be working Saturday at Buffalo Ska Fest. So I will be there and I will be giving him his money finally. It will no longer be in my house. It's from a show like 2 years ago that he played for, it was before we were doing Good Things events. It was just, I think it was a DeFabulous Productions Karina put on for her birthday or something. We had Cardboard Homestead. No, it wasn't her birthday show. Was it her birthday show? It wasn't her birthday show. Because her birthday show was the one Kaiser Solzy missed. And the reason I'm confusing these is because despite the fact that it wasn't her birthday show, and despite the fact that she wasn't there, Kaiser sang happy birthday to her. But Ian, Cardboard Homestead, they opened the show and also double booked themselves, so had to leave immediately after their set and go. And we talk all the time on the show about sticking around after your set to get paid and all that, unless you arrange it with the promoter. And Ian arranged it with me. Ian didn't care if I hung on to this money for him. He didn't care about getting paid for it, but everybody got paid that night. And I've just kept Ian's money just sitting here waiting to pay him. So, yeah, Ian's going to get paid on Saturday, finally. But, yeah, Buffalo Ska Fest this weekend. There's a lot of shit going on Saturday. A lot of good shit going on Saturday. So, and I've got a lot of it lined up to talk about as we get into playing the music, which again, today's probably going to be a little shorter show, so I might start music in like 5 minutes instead of 15. But one of the shows that we're not playing today, because I didn't see it when I was searching Facebook events, and also like it wasn't front of mind when I was thinking of what am I going to play on the show this week. It is Punk Rock in the Attic at Mr. Good Bar this Saturday night at 8 p.m., $10, 21 and up, with the Heavy Eddies, the Painkillers, and Abandoned Trains. Doors are at 8 p.m., $10 cover, 21 plus. Perfect event page. Description of the show. Join us for a wild night of punk rock at Mr. Good Bar on Elmwood Avenue in Buffalo with 3 awesome bands, Abandoned Trains, the Painkillers, the Heavy Eddies. Don't miss out on this epic night of high energy music and good times. And then they have the date, Saturday, July 13th, the time, 8 p.m., $10 at the door, the price, 21 and over with ID. These are the things I always say you need to have in your event pages. And if you guys watch the show regularly, you see that we don't get that a lot. And we're just sitting here like, guys, do this. Nobody listens. And believe me, I've been guilty of forgetting to put shit on flyers. Like, I have definitely done shows, done flyers and sent it out to whoever I was doing the flyer for, and they're just like, hey, you didn't put the date on this. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean I didn't put the date? Isn't it right? Nope, it's not on there. Oops, sorry. Let me redesign this now. So, important thing is to make sure everybody has all the information they need to get into the show. If I show up at Good Bar and I don't have my ID, not realizing this Good Bar is a 21 plus venue, which I already know that because I've booked Good Bar and I've played Good Bar and I've been to plenty of shows at Good Bar. But if I didn't know that Good Bar was 21 plus and it wasn't in there and I show up and I don't have my ID with me, then, I'm fucked, right? So I can't get in. I got to go home. So, all that information's very essential to doing an event page. So again, with John not being here, with it just being me, I don't think I'm going to cover 2 hours worth of shit. So I'm going to get into music now. We're going to try and go every 20. Woo, Good Bar. Have fun lugging your gear up them steps. Fuck. We'll talk about Good Bar when we come back from the song break. I'm going to go to a song break now. I think we're going to try every 20 minutes instead of every half hour. for this week's episode. I'm going to try and go as long as I can today with just me here. But right now, before we play any music from bands that are playing this weekend, I was already planning this like a week in advance. As you guys know, last week, The Living Brain Dead released a single. It was called Bar Whore. We played it on the show last week. And we've gotten great responses on it. People have said, this song's a banger. And the thing about it was, I release everything through DistroKid, and it cost me $40 to release that single. So I wanted to see, like, hey, can I do this cheaper? And I already had a song written, recorded, and everything. So I was like, what if I just put out my single in like 2 weeks and do it through somebody else? And I did it through CD Baby, and it only cost me $10, but I have to do a lot of the shit that DistroKid does manually. So give and take here, I guess. But the song's coming out tomorrow, and it's about having friends who turn on you, basically. Going from being the closest of friends to you want to smash this person's skull in with a baseball bat, which is, why the album cover is literally a bloody baseball bat on the ground. And as much of a banger as Bar Whore was from The Living Brain Dead, this one, not so much, because I sang on it. And some days I'll listen to the song and be like, yeah, this song's fine. I'm just going to put it out. And like, I listened to it today and I'm like, I'm going to play this on the air? So enjoy. This is my latest single. It's coming out tomorrow, and it's called I Don't on all WNY. Think So Joe Show. Or maybe not. Hold on one second, guys. I never cued this when I played it earlier. So here it is. I Don't Think So Joe on all WNY. Think So Joe Show. That was me. The song called I Don't on all WNY Think So Joe Show. yeah, I don't know. Just I was not gonna do any more songs with me singing until I get some singing lessons, and I got a number I'm supposed to text, and they do $25 singing lessons, and they're trained at Juilliard. Like, I'm like, damn, I got to do this, and then I just keep forgetting, or I wake up at like 3 p.m. and I'm like, oh shit, I got to get a show promo done. So I wasn't gonna do any more songs with me singing on them, but as I've had, I'm waiting on some other people to send me the vocal tracks for the songs that I've been working on with them. I'm like, I want to release something, particularly as I wanted to see if I could do it cheaper than, how much it's been costing me to do song releases. And we'll talk about that in a minute, but I did say we were going to talk about Mr. Goodbar, because Mr. Goodbar is where there's going to be a great show this week with Abandoned Trains playing and a couple of other great bands upstairs, the attic at Mr. Goodbar. I've had good nights there. I've had bad nights there. And the good nights are great. Good nights, you get a good sound guy, good turnout. The floor feels like it's gonna cave in because there's people fucking dancing. But I've also had bad nights there. We get shitty sound guys. Nobody fucking comes to the show. I've been to shows where it's been a good turnout, but the sound is fucking terrible. That's not to shit on Good Bar. Good Bar's a great place. It's a good spot. It's a good room. Just their sound guys need to know what they're working with. I distinctly, the first time I ever booked there, they made me book on a Tuesday and nobody fucking showed up for the show. The sound guy, it's an acoustic show, by the way. The band is getting massive amounts of feedback and are like, sound guy, do something. And the sound guy is sitting in the booth eating a fucking chicken sandwich over the board. Like, what the fuck, bro? And then Goodbar was like, oh, we're so sorry. We'll give you a Saturday night and we'll never make it. We'll make sure you don't get that same sound guy. And we had a fucking banger of a night with a bunch of differently styled rock bands, which was incredible. Despite the fact that Nate from the Barksdales was standing next to me the whole time watching the bands that went before him, which were Lower Town Trio and Kickstart Rumble, and he's, this isn't gonna work, man. This isn't gonna work. My band doesn't have a horn. These guys have a horn. This isn't gonna work. And then it transitions so fucking smoothly from Lower Town to Kickstart to Barksdales to XM Priory, and it was such a good night, and the sound was amazing. The one time I got to play there, we had Smidge was doing vocal. It was his first night too. I don't know. I don't think it was his first night, but like it was one of his first nights, and it was our first night using our in-ear system when we were doing that. And so we're just like, trying to work with him and teach him how to use how to hook up our in-ear rack and shit. And he did a fantastic job. The sound was great. It was had a good turnout. But then there was another time where John and I went and we saw, we saw Skamagachi and like the Abrupters or something, Working Class Stiffs. I think maybe it was that night, or maybe it was like the night. Was it that night? There was definitely a night where John and I went to Good Bar. Good Bar's it's a good spot. It's a nice room, man. Like it's cool, but it's also hit or miss with the sound guys. We were there the one night, and the sound guy, for whatever reason, and even like playing music in between bands, dude just had it like cranked. Like he went like I swear he went to the faders and just went like pushed it all up. And it's Jessica June is in the chat. Hello. But yeah, it pushed all the faders up, and it's just like, it's so loud in there, and it's like sound is reverberating off the walls. It's like, dude, do you not know how sound waves work? What are you doing? It does not need to be this loud in this room. So, it is, absolutely hit or miss at Good Bar. Downstairs, I've always seen good sound. Upstairs, 50-50. I distinctly, when we played Good Bar, if you guys ever, if you watch the show regularly, you'll see John occasionally pick up a guitar pick and hand it to me. That's where that all started, was at Good Bar. We got custom guitar picks. I have custom guitar picks anyway. And so I'm just, I got 7 different ones now, by the way. So after every song, I'm just throwing guitar picks, and whether there's people there or not. I did it on the live stream. That would be amazing. Let's do that. Anyway. But I'm throwing out guitar picks. People are not grabbing them. People are not catching them. So I'm just like, I'm very interested because there was a show going on the next night with Working Class Stiffs. And it was presented by Riot Squad. And I had been joking about like, yeah, you guys are playing Good Bar tomorrow. If we leave it for you, if we don't tear the roof off the place in the meantime, and they got to do structural repair. And, and fully intending to go to this show the next day. So I'm throwing the guitar picks. I'm just like, I wonder how many of these will still be on the floor when I get here tomorrow. Well, the answer was 0, because John went around and picked every single one of them up. Here you go, buddy. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, just leave them. Like, who cares if they pick them up? That's not your problem to pick them up. They're thrown out for a reason, And that's been a tradition ever since. So I go to this show the next night at Good Bar. And quite frankly, I thought the fucking floor was going to cave in because there were so many people and there was so much energy in the room, and the circle pits were just going off, and it was crazy, man. It was a great night. I got video of it. I share it every now and then with the members of Riot Squad. Like, hey, look at this video. This is the first time I went to a Riot Squad show. This is why I want to be on Riot Squad shows, And speaking of Riot Squad shows, there's 2 coming up. There's one Friday night at Mohawk, the Ska-Fest kickoff show headlined by Pilfers, which is going to be amazing. And then the next day is Ska-Fest proper. It's hosted by Cooley Ranks of Pilfers, who we've had on the show before, which is still mind-blowing. And headlined by Against All Authority. And just, these are going to be 2 amazing shows. Riot Squad Media is fucking killing it. I was seeing videos from Camp Punksylvania last weekend, and I wish I could have gone, but it looked like a great time. Everybody I know who went said they had a good time. I was with my buddy Brandon last night, and he's just like, oh yeah, I might leave. I offered him a ride home because I was with John. I'm like, John, is it cool? We could, if it's cool with John, we could drive you home. John's like, yeah, it's fine. And Brandon's like, oh, I don't know if I'm staying because I was out, I'm still tired from Camp Punksylvania. And he ended up leaving early, but camp looked like a great time. Kind of bummed because of the weekend we weren't able to do it. So hopefully next year, maybe. But yeah, great shows all coming up this week. And it's just, everything is on Saturday this weekend, which is insane to me. Cause like some weeks I can't find shit to do. Other weeks I've already got plans, and then there's all this other shit that's like, hey, my band's playing here, my band's playing here, my band's playing here. And I'm just like, sorry guys, already committed to something. That's how it goes sometimes. And sometimes I'm just sitting here like, it's Saturday, I'm bored, what's there to do? Oh, look, nothing. This is not one of those weekends. So definitely stuff to do. There's a show tonight at Jackrabbit that looks amazing. Let me see. Music is Art Showcase. There's a show. This show looks incredible tonight. It is not normal. and 5-round bout, which are bands with incredible musicians in them. Buy my merch.thinksojoe.com. But that's gonna be a banger tonight. Jill, hi Jill. Yeah, that show's gonna be a banger tonight. There's a show going on tomorrow. I forget what it is. At the Soup, but unfortunately 9 Layers Deep had to drop off the show. I saw earlier today. Let me see who else is still on that, which we got asked to play, but it didn't make sense for us at the time. Kill Uncle and LMI tomorrow night at the Soup. So I don't know if they're going to replace 9 Layers Deep, but 9 Layers Deep had an injury, unfortunately, and cannot do it. Speaking of injuries, Jill's in the chat now. Oh, man. It's been a week. It's been a crazy-ass week. Last week, John and I are... John's been out doing DoorDash, so I went out with him, and he's just like, oh, where should we go? And I'm like, we ended up down by Sheridan. I'm like, there's restaurants over on Sheridan. Let's go to Sheridan. Yeah, I heard you hurt your other hand too. Anyway, so I'm like, let's go down, because we had just left like Bailey and Sheridan and got an order and had to deliver it, and we're just like, I'm like, there's restaurants over on Sheridan. Let's get down towards like the practice. Let's get down towards our practice spot. And like maybe we'll get like Ted's and Anderson's and shit like that, right? So, of course I'm going to Ska Fest this week. I'm wearing a Left Alone t-shirt. I went to a ska show last night. Yeah. So John and I are on our way back down. We're driving up Bailey because our last order took us that way. And we're at Bailey in Maine, and Jill just calls panicking. And we just go, and John just... He's like, I'm on my way. And he goes from Bailey in Maine out to Cheektowaga going 80 the whole fucking time. I'm sitting here with his phone, like trying to cancel orders as they're coming in. It's, DoorDash is yelling at me like, oh, if you don't take this order, your completion rate's going to drop. And if you go below 70%, I'm like, you're not going to go below 70%. You're fine, dude. Decline. How do I log you the fuck out? Like, so we logged out. We get over to Jill's house, and Jill's like, and she was panicking when she called. When we get to her house, she's just like, hey guys, you guys faint at the sight of blood? You want to see it? And it's just this huge fucking gash on her hand. Luckily, I still say, Jill, you could have lost a thumb, and you were very fortunate that you did not, because you didn't get tendons or any of that shit. So, but... so we had to rush Jill to the urgent care and get her stitched up, and that was fun. So, it is, and she took it like a champ. She's hardcore. She's amazing. But yeah, don't wash cups from the inside. So, so what happened was she was washing some glasses, and one of them she had her hand in it, just shattered. And so we get back from the urgent care. John cleans up all the glass, and she's like, throw out those other ones too. So we threw out all the entire set of glasses. And John and I took him out to the dumpster, and then we went back to DoorDash, and we're like, we're gonna stay around here. If you need us, call us. Like, and then we went to Sonic, and Sonic was like, oh, we don't have that order. Hold on, let us make it for you. Like, why does this keep happening here? This is the second time this has happened to us here. I actually sent Jill a link to a product I have, which is it's a bottle brush, but it's got another brush on the side. So and it's got suction cups. You stick it in your sink, and you put your soap and water in your glass. You put the glass over the bottle brush, and you just turn it. It washes the inside and outside at the same time. So if you have glass cups, glass tumblers, whatever, like, be careful. Jill almost lost a thumb. Luckily, she did not. But as I alluded to at the early part of the show, because it's just me, we're gonna play music every 20 minutes instead of every 30 minutes. We're gonna get out of here in 80-ish minutes instead of 2 hours. But because I don't know if I could come up with 2 hours worth of shit to talk about. So as I've also alluded to, there are plenty of shows to go to this week. It's been just really just really a lot of shit. Just, hey, you should come to my show. Hey, you should come to my show. Hey, you should come to my show. Sorry, guys, bought tickets for Ska Fest back in August. So before they even announced any of the bands. But this one's important to me. We actually got asked to play this, and I didn't realize that I already had plans when I asked in the group chat, but we were unable to do it. It is a fundraiser for my friend Steve Brown. It is the Unite for Steve Brown fundraiser. Friends and family of Steve Brown will be uniting together on July 13th, 2024 at the Evening Star to hold a musical fundraiser. We will have music from 6 bands who are fellow musicians with Steve and his wife Chris, food, raffles, and a 50-50 drawing. 3 months after the joyous arrival of Steve's baby boy, he was diagnosed with incurable stage 4 esophageal cancer. This news has been a profound shock, especially considering the responsibilities he bears as a parent to 5 children, ranging from 29 years to just 10 months. And your support can make a difference in Steve's ability to focus on his health and spend precious time with his loved ones. Any contribution, no matter how small, will go towards easing the financial strain caused by mounting medical bills and missed income. I am going to skip an artist that is listed here for reasons, but come join us for Matt Pike, Spud, Guillotine, Morgue Terror, and Fooled by Eve, who we're about to play, with special guests Dead Before Dawn featuring Steve and Chris Brown. The fundraiser will start at 2 p.m. with raffles and live music that will start at 3 p.m. The fundraiser starts at 2 with raffles, and the live music starts at 3. We hope to see you there, and if you would like to donate or volunteer or for more information, please contact Danielle Bivacqua. I'm not going to read her phone number on the air. I'll share the event page. It's all in there. Or you can contact Becky Chappell or Jerry Piper. It is a $10 pre-sale, and you can Venmo Steve at Stephen Russell Brown on Venmo, and the tickets will be held for you at the door. It's $12 the day of the show. And it is an all-ages show. This is happening at the Evening Star, 8810 Niagara Falls Boulevard, Niagara Falls, New York, United States, 14304. So all ages, $10 advance, $12 at the door at the Evening Star. For a good cause. So if you're not already going to one of the other millions of shows going on this weekend, it's for my good friend Steve. It would mean a lot to me, and I know it would mean even more to him and his family if you guys go, or at the very least donate. I'm going to share the link for the event page in the chat. So if you guys want to get the phone numbers to contact to donate or volunteer, Steve, I'll hit you up later to see about donating. And we're going to play one of the bands that is on this show, and this is Fooled by Eve. And I don't even have their song queued up yet. I'm not even in the right folder. Hold on, guys. Oh, this is coming in last minute today. So, all right, here we go. This is Fooled by Eve, and the song is called Spider's Web on All WNY, the Think So Joe Show.
reflections, I can't see it all. Should I tremble? Should I shake? Dissecting games we shouldn't play. This mind is no psychic connection to the day, to the hour, your deception. Can I see you now? Can I speak the truth? Your reflections are giving any proof. I communicate, reflections reciprocating. You don't see it's how you're communicating now. You're the spider in the web. Should I censor with your rhythm? A single vibration can kill. You wrap me up in your intentions. Emotions I wear on my sleeve. Emotionless you can't conceive. Can I see you now? Can I speak the truth? Your reflections are giving any proof. I communicate, reflections reciprocating. You don't see it's how you're communicating. Can I see you now? Can I speak the truth? Your reflections are giving any proof. I communicate, reflections reciprocating. You don't see it's how you're communicating now. You're the spider in the web.
That was Fooled by Eve on All WNY ThinkSoJoE show. They are playing at the Unite for Steve Brown fundraiser this weekend at the Evening Star. I put information, I put the link to the event page in the chat on the show here. So if anybody's interested in donating or volunteering or anything of that nature, all that information is in that event page. I just didn't want to give out people's phone numbers on the air here. For obvious reasons. But $10 pre-sale, you can Venmo Steve at Stephen Russell Brown, and your tickets will be held at the door. It is $12 day of the show, and it is an all ages show, and the money does go to help out Steve, who is he's been. I'll tell you a story about Steve. And when I first met Steve, was it involves All WNY. As a matter of fact, we were. I had just started ThinkSoBrain, which was my first band. And we had a show booked. No, we didn't have any shows booked. What happened was we were trying to go to Scott Leffler's house, the guy who runs All WNY. He was having All WNY House Party 3. And we showed up with the intent of asking if we could be on the next All WNY House Party. And thinking like, oh, that'll be like our first or maybe second shot. And I remember the timing. This was, fucking 15, 20 years ago now, right? But we were there and we're talking amongst ourselves. And Steve happened to overhear us. He was right nearby us. And he said, "Hey, are you guys a band?" I'm like, yeah. He said, "Hey, do you guys want to play at Showplace next Sunday?" And I was like, "Guys, do we want to play at Showplace next Sunday?" And like, "Are we ready to play at Showplace next Sunday?" And everybody's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we said, "Sure, we'll go play at we'll play at Showplace with you." And that was how I met Steve Brown, and we played several dozens of shows probably together. Over the course of the next several years, between his band at the time, The Fracture, and then the Dead Before Dawn, who are reuniting at this show, and Yeah, we were just booking each other on everything. And no, it wasn't you guys. That was Medicated Science. I'm trying to think, like, yeah, we showed up the one night. They were open. They were the first band to ever play at a place called like Club W, which did not last long. The place did not last long. I got to play there once, but we showed up, geez, I think it might have still been the Fracture at that point. And just, it was weird because it's like, we're opening this club, here's a rock band, and here are all these strippers. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay, cool. There's a ton of strippers here for whatever reason. I was hitting on one of them. So, did not work out. It was the Fracture. Okay. Yeah. I just, and then I think after that, I think we went back and hung out with you guys and watched the video back, and just, the other Steve looks back at Steve playing drums because Steve's playing too fast. The singer just looks back at him, and Steve just slows right down. Like, how the fuck? Why doesn't that work with John? You know, like if I look at John, and he just keeps playing the same speed. Like, but yeah, lots of memories with Steve, and I'm glad I get to share these while he's still here. You know, and I'm sorry I can't make it to your fundraiser, brother, but not while I was playing a show. Well, Steve was playing a show. I just happened to be there. The closest we got to strippers at a ThinkSoJoE show back in the day was the bartender of Club Diablo, who was always winning like Buffalo's best bartender and like was Miss Ozfest and all that shit. So one night we're playing at Club Diablo, and like in the middle of our set, she gets up on stage and just like, I'm just standing there like, okay, that happened. All right. That's the closest we ever got. But no, they had like legit strippers like at the show. I don't know what the deal was with that, but yeah. The one was really cute, but it turned out she had a boyfriend, so oh well. Anyway, Glam Vamps Burlesque, closest you guys. Yeah, we haven't done with Glam Vamps yet. I'm surprised we haven't. Once again, I have to. I wish there was a way to like pin shit in the chat. Maybe there is, and I'm just not looking at it because I'm not actually on YouTube doing this. But yeah, John got some bad news today and was not able to make the show, and I found out like 30 minutes before that he might not be here. And no, I found out 30 minutes before that he would not be here. It was maybe an hour or two before that I found out he might not be here. And that's why I decided that we're just going to do music every 20 minutes today and end early. I was going to do 15, but it's like, all right, there's people in the chat. There's people that aren't usually in the chat, which is amazing. But Dewey played a burlesque show once, and Maximo said it was pretty cool. Saw someone tied up, and one of the girls spraying whipped cream all over the guy. It's not a Guns N' Roses record. I want it playing I Got It. It's just a mirror with the Guns N' Roses logo on it. Joe, no one is here for music. Well, you already missed me talking about the drama in the music scene earlier and all that shit that's been going on. We're only here to, aw. I appreciate that, Dewey. But the music is part of the show. You're stuck with it. So, because that's what the whole point of this show is to help promote people's shows and to help promote local music. And hopefully maybe, some of these folks that are tuning in for the first time are thinking, maybe they're sticking around, maybe they're hearing some of this music and they're like, yo, that band's pretty good. And it helps me to find bands I don't know. Like the band we just played, Fooled by Eve, never heard of them. Saw they were playing Steve's Benefit. I'm like, screw it. Let me play them. And, and also, I know Ellen Pieroni and I know Do It With Malice. So, it's not like I'm discovering them for the first time. But Honestly, I don't know if the tornado visited me. I was asleep. The reason the show promo didn't come out until like 3:30 today was because I woke up at 3 o'clock. And I was like, oh shit, show promo was supposed to go out. Oops, let me go get breakfast, and then I'll go make the fucking thumbnail and everything for the show. And then at some point during the show, I broke my headphones today. They're fine, but sleep through the tornado. I mean, I had to sleep through the tornado because I did not sleep through the earthquake last year. So, you don't want it to. Glad you're safe. Yeah, I'm sure. I've never experienced a tornado, so I woke up to like, oh, tornado warning until 2:30, and it's like, great, it's 2:45, perfect. So, you know, but hopefully everybody's okay. Hopefully everybody survived with very minimal damage to property or person. You know, crazy fucking ass weather we're having in Western New York. Like, we had an earthquake last year, which I was awake for and felt that shit. I heard it. I didn't feel it. I heard it, and I thought somebody crashed into my porch. And went outside, like, who the fuck is, like, what the hell just happened? And then I found out it was an earthquake, or, as we said on the Living Brain Dead Facebook page, it was just that John got bored at 6 a.m. and started playing his drums. Sorry, guys. Seeing them in person is really cool. I've never seen one. It was the chicken god awakening to take pain on buffalo for all the wings. There you go. Yeah, possibly. I saw the Aquabats last night, and they're like, oh, we're in Buffalo, and you guys have wings and loser sports teams. And then compared themselves to the loser sports teams because they are also lovable losers. And then everybody started singing the fucking Isley Brothers. And I'm just like, guys, you fucking lost in the playoffs again. Zephyroost is risen. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a tornado warning in Western New York until today. Like, I didn't. You know, I go to take a shower and I've got the never gonna give you up. I go to take a shower and I've got the Alexa in the bathroom, so like I can play music. It's hooked up to some like good speakers, so I can just play music while I'm getting ready. And it's like, you have 3 new notifications, and it's all about the thunderstorms and the tornado. And I'm like, thunderstorms are fine, man. Like, that's why I sleep so good. Is because I got I just go in, I got the Google Home in my bedroom, and I just tell it to play thunderstorm sounds, and it just soothes me right the fuck to sleep. We had a tornado last year. I don't know. I don't remember that. We had an earthquake last year. I know that much. This was the offshoot of the hurricane. Okay, I literally woke up and did show promo, and then found out I didn't have a co-host. Like, cut me some slack here. I'm not paying attention to the ongoing weather situation. I just know I stepped outside, I got my mail, and I came back inside, and it didn't feel like there was a tornado or a hurricane or a thunderstorm or anything else that was going to knock out my power. So I'm just like, all right, cool, we're good. Time to do the show. After I have to text my ex and tell her, hey, you got another jury summons here. You need to fucking pay attention to these things. So Joe dreamt up a tornado so he could sleep. No, thunderstorm. I sleep to thunderstorm sounds. Joe's dreams cause chaos. Dewey's calling me out yesterday because I mentioned that the bar horror cover, the image on the bar horror cover is AI. We did not generate the AI. We found it on a stock photo site. We knew what we wanted, and there were alternate covers that didn't make the cut, and ultimately we went with that, and it was like, this is perfect because I don't have to worry about, like, you know, this says bar horror and it's got a picture of an actual model on it. No, it's AI generated, which was great. It worked. But do your ex a favor and toss the chorizo. Yeah. No, this is the fucking, so I'm going to finish the AI thought and then I'll respond to that. But The single I have coming out tomorrow, I Don't, which I played earlier in the show. The cover art for that is AI generated, and I asked the AI to generate it. I manipulated it ever so slightly. And the woman in the band picked it out so no one could be mad. Exactly. Yeah. GoldenEye. You realize how old I am, Dewey? Yeah, I've played GoldenEye anyway. Yeah, Jill picked out that album cover, so nobody can be mad about it. It was... Jill, I tagged you in some comments yesterday. Dewey saw them, and that's how we got on the topic of AI. It was Megan Brown posted she was going to take pictures of her feet after she goes barefoot for shows and start an OnlyFans. And I was like, Jill should do this too. And that's how this whole conversation started, because Dewey's like, you're giving it away for free on your band page. Like, no, we're not. That's AI, bro. Like, but we did. No, I tagged you. I am 99% positive I tagged you. I'm gonna look. Satisfaction of mechanical keyboards. I love that song. I don't know how Dewey comes up with half the things he says, but I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Let me find this post, and I'm gonna make sure I tag the right Jill. And of course, Megan's one of those people that posts a lot. So, oh no, that didn't take long at all. View all comments, we're gonna find out. But yeah, the I Don't cover is AI generated. I paid $150 for the Shades single cover for my first single, and most of that is AI generated. Just my artist added the bare minimum to it so that she could charge me. I guess I love my artist. Don't. That's not a knock. Just like it was perfect. And so I'm just like, and I use AI all the time for inspiration. Let me see. You and Jillian should do that. Where the fuck did it go? I hate fucking Facebook scrolling on me. Here we go. And if I click on Jillian, Vox at the Living Brain Dead. So yes, I tagged the right Jill. So I don't know why you didn't see it, but you're tagged in it. Which would explain why you didn't respond. I was just like, man, I thought Jill would be all over this. And yeah. What the hell was I supposed to respond to now after the AI thing? I forgot. Let me scroll up here. Do my ex a favor. Okay. Someone once said my brain is like a record playing, and wherever they drop the needle is whatever bullshit I say, and it's usually mid. So yeah. So my ex has gotten several things from the jury commission here. Yeah, probably, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's why. My ex has gotten several, like the first thing was just a questionnaire. And I'm like, what the I don't want her to get in trouble. I didn't know it was just a questionnaire. I thought it was like actually a jury summons. So I'm like, what do I do? So I reached out to her sister. I'm like, yo, your sister's got a jury summons here. She needs to, I need to get this to her somehow, help. And next thing I know, my ex is texting me and it's like, all right, you got this thing here. You need to take care of this thing. And, so I send her screenshots, I send her or pictures of the thing, right? And then I get another one and I'm like, didn't you fill out the first one? She said, no, I never got around to it. I'm like, you need to fucking do these, right? So, I mean, maybe they won't. I don't know. Maybe they won't do shit. Maybe Dewey's right. I have no idea. Just if they did do something and I am responsible for her not getting these, which, realistically, I'm not responsible for her not getting them if they're still coming to my house. We've been split for fucking 15 years now or whatever, right? Like, I don't think it was 15. I don't know when the fuck we got divorced, but we've been split for a long ass fucking time now. And she's been remarried so like, why am I getting her jury shit in the mail? But then I got an actual jury summons and she's like, oh, can you just mail it to me? So I mailed it to her. And now I got another one, and it says, failed to appear, like attend, this is mandatory or whatever. So I just was like, All right, I guess I'm texting her again. Like, yo, you got another fucking jury summons here. So I told her I would mail it to her. I'm thinking of just going to the post office tomorrow and be like, yo, look, here's the she doesn't live here. Here's her address. You know, I don't want her to get in trouble. You know, I don't know what the fuck they do if you don't show up for that shit. I don't want her to get in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know, there's a line in last time I went to jury duty, they put me on the stand. The prosecutor told me he was mad that I was listening to the evidence for a drunk driving case and not automatically find him guilty. So fuck that. I'm never going. Yeah, sure. In the song I played earlier, I don't. There is a line. There's a verse. I think we've said our last goodbyes. As long as we are both alive, for now you'll just be dead in my eyes. Well, good luck. And that's exactly what it is. Like, I don't wish it, like yeah, that song is about people who, you know, I used to be best friends with and have not spoken to in years. And Jill knows probably exactly who I'm talking about. Who exactly that song is about, but it also applies to my ex, and it is and that line in that song is basically like your existence doesn't mean shit to me, but I wish you the best. I hold no ill will towards anybody who's ever gone and fucking turned on me, except maybe one person who, much like one of the people we were, that's playing Steve's benefit, shall remain nameless on this show. They don't do shit. They just keep sending them and then stop eventually because they would have to spend funds to find out who didn't show up and then try to prosecute them, which isn't worth it. Sure. But I don't want to, you know, I don't want it to be on me that something, you know, if they do go after her. So whenever they show up at my house, I'm just like, yo, you're still getting this shit here. So you need, like, please take care of this. Like, you know, because she told me when I sent her the last one, she says, oh, I'll go out tomorrow and I'll find out what I got to do to get the address changed. And I'm still getting the shit. So I'm going to send this one out to her too. Like, here you go. Here's the next one. Like, please take care of this. Hi, Nick. Good to see you. So for those just joining us, we are doing I show up to my jury summons as a former cop, guilty. If you're just joining us, we are doing songs every 20 minutes today. Instead of every 30 minutes, we're going to do maybe an 80-minute show instead of, it would be 80 minutes. Let's see, so we do 20 and then 20 and then 20 and then 20. So yeah, 80 minutes today instead of 2 hours because it's just me. They also have to prove you received it. Sure. Which I didn't consider that. You know, I just saw a jury. Like, a lot of the time, like, she'll get shit here. And I used to just write, not at this address, and stick it back in the mailbox. Because that's what my mailman told me to do. And then I'm just like, you know what? I'm so sick of this shit. So she's getting, you know, and I have talked to her about this, and she's given me the okay to do this. You know, she's getting shit in the mail from, like, fucking Independent Health and shit. And I'm just like, why is she getting this shit here? Toss it in the recycling. This I didn't want to do that with, because I don't know what the fucking consequences are if she doesn't call and doesn't get this, whatever. And this shit is in my hands, so now I'm just like, I feel responsible if she does get in trouble. You know, again, you know, the line, well, good luck in I don't is exactly what is exactly that. Like, I don't want anybody to have a miserable fucking life, get in trouble or anything, and especially if it's, you know, if I can prevent it. And in her case, she said she did set up mail forwarding, and I don't know why I'm still getting her shit in my house. So, I don't know. I kind of want to go to the post office tomorrow and be like, yo, look, this person doesn't live here. Here's the address I have for them. can you make sure this shit, like, even if I gotta fucking pay to get her forwarding set the fuck back up, then I'm gonna fucking do it, because I'm, you know, I will say that my ex and I, we get along now. We hung out WrestleMania week. We watched wrestling, you know, but like at the same time, like, I am perfectly content whether I'm talking to, you know, whether she's in my life or not. So, you know, if I can get all her shit sent to her house directly instead of to me, and I don't have to text her every now and then and be like, yo, you have mail at my house. Worry if I'm gonna get threatening fucking Facebook messages from her husband, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to deal with that shit. So yeah, I might just go. I could do a change of address online. It costs $1. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. The least I'm gonna do is throw it in an envelope, put her new address on it, and fucking mail it out to her. The most I'm gonna do is walk into the fucking post office and be like, yo, you missed that discussion already, Jill. I opened the show with that because I was involved in that. Indirectly involved, kind of indirectly involved. Which, you know, again, I don't know what the truth is in any of that, and you know, best of luck to everybody involved. I you know, I just don't want my name associated with it because I was scheduled to be a vendor at the event and shit just kind of fell apart. I will state that I did withdraw from the festival before its apparent cancellation. So, you know, I'm just trying, I don't want to talk too much publicly about it because I don't know shit about this dude. I don't know if any of the fucking accusations against him are true. I don't know shit. I got asked to do this. Leland was on it. Wasted Reject was on it, and Murder was on it. And I'm like, all right, cool. I got friends at this thing. Like, yeah, I'll go fucking sit at this music festival and give out stickers and shit. Like, that sounds like fun. And just kind of saw the whole thing devolve from the inside. And again, not really, you know, I don't know anything to be able to talk about other than like what I saw on the inside, which was a lot of, you know, just basically watch the whole thing fucking collapse. But, you know, again, I don't know anything. I don't know whether these accusations are true or not. And I don't want to speak on that because that's something that he's going to have to, you know, he's going to have to clear his name on because the unfortunate reality is, and you know, Jill, you and I have a mutual friend who suffered this same thing earlier this year. Is the unfortunate reality is perception is reality for most people. So people see, like, you know, these accusations being tossed out against this guy, and they're gonna, you know, people are just gonna automatically be like, oh, this guy did this stuff. Yeah, that's basically where I'm at now too. I am, you know, I've obviously got private discussions about this because I was involved in it, and I am friends with a lot of people who were involved in it. But and a lot of that is just me saying exactly what I'm saying here, which is I don't know. I honestly don't know the guy. I don't know what, you know, I don't know where the accusations came from. I don't know who's saying what about him. I'm just here with my popcorn, you know, like the Michael Jackson fucking gif, right? And just, you know, just sitting there eating the popcorn. But we are very loosely doing every 20 minutes on this show today because we are 5 minutes past where I would have done a song break. So we're going to go into another song break, and we're going to talk about another show going on this Saturday because there are a lot of shows going on this Saturday. It's insane. Sitting there with your popcorn, that's what you were doing with the whole thing too? Yeah, me too. I am just watching this in the chat, and just somebody said something about, like, it doesn't matter where the truth lies with all this out there, and that was my opportunity to jump in and be like, yo, she's right. I can't be associated with this. Please remove my name from any of your social media. I'm out. Good luck. You know? But this Saturday, Strange Summerfest 6 is happening at the Hilltop Inn and Grove at 11389 Genesee Street in Alden, New York. Welcome to the sixth annual Strange Summerfest. You'd think as a voice artist I would be able to read off a screen. Welcome to the 6th annual Strange Summerfest, an incredible lineup of bands, vendors, yard games, great food. Saturday, July 13th, the Hilltop Inn and Grove, doors at noon, music all day and night. $15 early bird, $20 pre-sale, $30 day of. Kids under 17 are free. It is Strange Standard, D&E Cypher, Ellen Pieroni and the Encyclopedia of Soul, Savo Highway, Molly Conrad, and Sally Schaefer and Tyler Bagwell doing a set together. And a lot of times when we see these festivals, it's a lot of bands we've played. Like we play the shit out of Strange Standard on this show, which is, you know, they're an incredible band. I got their vinyl in the racks here. And we've played Savo Highway a bunch of times. We've played Molly Conrad. We've had Sally Schaefer on the show. But I've known Ellen Pieroni for a long time. I've never met her in person, but she was handling booking at Nietzsche's when I was booking at Nietzsche's. And she's got this album out. I was seeing it at Black Dots when I was there a while ago, and I didn't pick it up. But I will. So I decided, hey, we're going to play Ellen Pieroni on the show today in promotion of Strange Summerfest coming up this Saturday at the Hilltop Inn and Grove on Genesee Street in Alden. And I still haven't queued up the music, guys. I'm slipping today. But this is Ellen Pieroni, and the song is called Dream Rotation on All WNY. ThinkSoJoE Show. That was Ellen Pieroni and the song called Dream Rotation. You can check her out this Saturday at the Hilltop Inn and Grove in Alden on Genesee Street there as part of Strange Summerfest. I love those dudes in Strange Standard. They're incredible musicians. Love seeing them. Haven't seen them in a while, but unfortunately I got plans this weekend and cannot go. Loving this chat going on right now. So I haven't said this to anybody in the band yet, but when I put out, I had mentioned earlier in the show that when we put out Bar Whore, it cost me like $40 to put out, and I wanted to see if I could find cheaper options. And so I went with CD Baby, and it cost me $10 to put out I Don't, which is coming out tomorrow. But I had to do things like I have to use the lyric service I have to set up the lyric service myself, and I had to do the Spotify page, Spotify pre-sale page and all that shit myself. But it was $30 cheaper, and to be fair, the $30 is DistroKid saying, yeah, we won't delete your shit if you pay us $20 now, $30 now up front. And then the other 10 was just like, we'll add it to every single store that we get, and we'll do all this other stupid bullshit, right? That basically everybody else includes. And one of the things that CD Baby offered me when I chose them to distribute I Don't, which is coming out tomorrow, was 100 free credits for radioairplay.com, which hooks up with a site that is kind of like Pandora in some way. So I actually put out, so rather than do I Don't, I did Bar Whore on there. I used my 100 credits for Bar Whore. So I'm sitting here last night, it finally went through. It took me a few days, and I was having trouble getting the file uploaded, and they were like, here, try this. And then I tried what they told me, and it worked, and I'm just sitting here for like 3 hours last night watching those 100 credits go by. And so it's like, oh, so-and-so just heard you on a station featuring Green Day. So-and-so just heard you on a station featuring Hole. So-and-so just heard you on a station featuring Joan Jett. Like, oh, shit, that's pretty cool. So, like, 100 people heard Bar Whore last night, whether they wanted to or not. So that's pretty cool. And then they're like, okay, you're out of credits. You want to pay us $12 to get 100 more credits? And I'm like, not really, no. I don't know how, that's cool and all, but I don't know how, I don't know how well that's actually helping us. But yeah, we got the very first one that popped up was, this person heard you on a station, featuring Hole. And I was like, that's cool. Is Hole one of the artists I put as associated artists with us? Like, oh, okay, cool. Like, because you pick artists that sound like you. So, like, I started with 5 artists. We tried to cover Hole. We did try. We tried. We'll say that. We tried. We weren't very successful, but we tried. I'm thinking my math was wrong here, because we're coming up on 90 minutes, and so 20 and 20 and 20 and 20 would have been 80. So I'm confused. No, and it didn't work out very well when we were trying it with one guitar either. So I don't know. Maybe we'll bring that one back. I don't know. We never played it live. We do have 2 shows with 45-minute sets coming up. So, but yeah, I started with I picked 5 artists, because I'm like, who the fuck do we even sound like? And like, one of them was the Distillers, one of them was Hole, because we did the Hole cover. And I was like, all right, well, punk bands, so like Green Day and fucking, couldn't be worse than you guys covering CCR, Fortunate Son. I think like Fortunate Son is like a punk rock rite of passage, right? Because like every punk band except for us has covered CCR at some point. And Brian released an entire CCR EP. He called it Creedence Punk Revival. So, and he was our bass player before he passed. So technically, we're associated with a CCR cover song. So we're writing a song. We're writing the music for Nick, and we're writing the music for Max and Jill to sing a song together. Yeah. I don't know, man. Some of the songs Brain Dead's covered over the years are very interesting. Like, and it all stemmed from us covering Blink-182, but John and I couldn't play the outro to the song. So we're just like, so we just start playing we just launch into like 80s songs straight out of it. So we've done, Bastards and Us should cover Backstreet's Back. Yes! Yes! When Jill and I were supposed to do a cover, not a cover, but an acoustic thing, we were trying so hard to get John to sing I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. To come up and sing I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys with us, and he just would not do it. And then we didn't end up doing the show. So all these covers and shit that we worked on, acoustic versions of our songs, just never saw the light of day. I know I sent a couple of them to Jasmine because it was like, hey, we're covering this Lady Gaga song. You might appreciate this. So, but yeah, I don't. But yeah, that would be fucking epic. Actually, doing fucking Backstreet Boys with the two bands together would be just amazing. And just Dewey as the guest in the background going, yeah. But yeah, so I'm sitting here and there's like 5 artists on this list. I'm like, I wonder what happens if I add artists to this list. So I start adding like, who else do we sound like? So it gave me a list of suggestions. So I started clicking on bands. Like, I think Paramore was one of the bands we were originally associated with. So I just started clicking on other fucking bands. Like, in fact, I think I still got this up. Let's see. Manage songs, bar horror, manage. No, I don't know how to do this. Stats though, we got 100 plays, but we got no likes out of it. So I don't know. I don't know. I when I'm listening to music, I'm not hitting the like button. I don't know. That's just me. So, let me see. I'm trying to find out what artist targeting. There we go. So I'm just adding to this, and I'm just like, I'm not really familiar with this artist. Let me see. Do we sound like this artist? Like, okay, yeah, let's do this. So it's like Paramore, Green Day, Distillers, Bad Cop, and Hole. Those were the first 5. And then it's suggesting. So it's like Courtney Love was one, No Effects, Bikini Kill, Lunatics, The Gits, The Donnas, The Runaways, Joan Jett. We got a lot of plays off that Joan Jett station. Lita Ford, we got some plays off of. So I'm just, I don't even know if we make any fucking money off of this thing. That's the thing. Is like, that's why I don't want to sign up for it and actually pay for fucking airplay on this. It is, so there's this, it's called radioairplay.com, and I got 100 free credits when I put Bar Horror on CD Baby. Not Bar Horror. I Don't, my single coming out tomorrow. And it's like, here's 100 credits to get airplay on internet radio. And I'm like, shit, all right, I'm going to use this for Bar Horror instead. And so I put Bar Horror up, and it took me a few days before they cleared it and let me actually fucking put it up, because apparently file issues. They wouldn't let me put the original wave up, and then I converted it to MP3, and they wouldn't let me put that up. And then they were like, try this MP3 converter online. So I tried the MP3 converter they recommended, and all of a sudden, boom, it worked. I uploaded it, and like 5 seconds later, it's like, so-and-so heard you on a station with Hole. Like, that's pretty fucking cool. So I just added a bunch of bands that we kind of maybe sound like, and hoping that people didn't think it sucked. So, which it doesn't. Everybody's telling us it's a banger. So, yeah, I heard you on a station with Green Day, heard you on a station with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, heard you on a station with No Effects, heard you on a station with Joan Jett with Green Day, Joan Jett, Lita Ford, Hole. But it's like $12 to get another 100 plays, and I'm just like, but then you get like free plays the more it plays. But I'm like, I don't want to that's dumb. I don't know, like, what are we actually getting out of this if we, other than like, oh, people might hear us and might come like our fucking Facebook or something, it doesn't seem like something worth paying for. Yes, I also tell my Alexa and my Google all the time that I want to play bar horror, which is like what one of the extras, one of the, part of that $40 that I paid to release the song is like we'll send it to Shazam and to all these other music identifier sites. So if you're listening to our song, if it's playing somewhere and you're like, what is this? You pull out Shazam, you hit the button, it tells you it's Bar Horror by the Living Brain Dead. So, but then I come to find out that's not something you have to pay for. Like, it's included when your song goes live on Apple. So it's like, what the fuck am I even... It's like, I am paying DistroKid for all this fucking bullshit that I don't need. And it's like... So I end up paying $40 every time I release a new song, and it's just like, oh, I could have just paid $10 all along. And I can probably do it cheaper, but like I'm always reading reviews of the shit that I do online, where it's like, okay, you can pay $1.99 and get your song released, you get all this shit, but then I'm reading and it's like you can't pick your release date, it takes them forever to approve the song. All this other bullshit, right? Nick mumbles, and it ends up playing the movie Brain Dead on the smart TV. Yeah. Definitely had that happen when I was making dinner yesterday. I'm in my kitchen, I got my air fryer going, I say, hey, wiretap, play Bar Horror by the Living Brain Dead, and it's like, playing Brain Dead something or other on, like, no, that's not what I fucking said. I said play Bar Horror by the band The Living Brain Dead. It eventually gets it right, but it's still like cool as shit to me. Like every single time I get to do that, because it's like, oh look, we got we got new songs, we got new music, like I'm still trying to figure out how I fucked up this timing here, because I was thinking we were going to be done after 80 minutes, and here we are 90 minutes into the show. So, I walked in and Bug's watching Zombie Mom eating people on TV. Nice. There was we're at the Aquabats show last night, and they're doing a song about Dr. Mummy or some shit, right? And there's a zombie mummy on the screen, and I'm like, how is John not terrified right now? And there's a giant projector screen behind them, which saves on it works perfectly for the Aquabats, because a lot of their show is like theatrics, or it used to be anyway, and it worked, but it was like they don't have to take banners down in between bands. They're just projecting the fucking logo up there. But I'm sitting there and we're watching Left Alone, and they have this exact logo up on the screen, and I could see the mouse cursor right in the F. I'm like, hey, look, there's the mouse cursor. Like that's all. That's great and all, except like I can tell you're running it off your computer. And then in between bands, when they were changing the logos, you could see the Windows, the Macintosh, Mac OS Windows or whatever the fuck you call them, right? So it's like, oh yeah, that's funny. But yeah, it was a great show last night. Especially like I really enjoyed Left Alone, which is why I left with one of their records and their T-shirt, and John also got their T-shirt, and it was pretty cool. So, see you later, Jill. We'll talk to you later. But yeah, great show last night. Looking forward to 2 great shows this weekend. With Buffalo Ska Fest, it's happening Friday. Friday is the pre-show. Saturday is the actual show. I don't have my Friday tickets yet. I'm still trying to find out how many tickets I actually need to buy. I might just buy one and be like, the rest of you are on your own. So, I'm gonna get mine pre-sale either way, because it's gonna save me $5. I bought the pre-sale before they even announced the bands for Saturday Ska Fest, so it's like, oh shit, okay, I like all these bands. I kind of wish Backyard Superheroes was on the Saturday show. I really enjoyed them last year at Buffalo Ska Fest, but they're on the Friday show, and Pilfers is headlining that, and Skamagachi's on that, and I'm just like, gotta go to that one. So 2 nights in a row, I'm gonna go hang out with the Riot Squad people and enjoy some ska, and I get to see some friends I don't get to see very often at the show, and I'm super excited for it. both of the shows. And unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about, we might just talk about the ska fests and play a song and get the hell out of here. Only a little bit shorter than what we usually do. I get where my math was wrong. I'm thinking, no, where the fuck is my math wrong? 80 minutes would have been 7:20, right? So I play a song at 7:20 or 6:20. That's 20 minutes. You guys, there needs to be the gif of like the, you know, all the numbers and everything, the equations going around my head right now, I guess. But 6:20, 6:40, 7:10, 7:30. That would have been, that's 90 minutes. If I'm playing a song every 20 minutes, how does that work out to 90? 20, 40. Because I should have played a song at 7 o'clock. That's why. Instead of 7:10. Oops. I'm bad at math today. But yeah, hopefully we'll be at full strength next week. Hopefully. But yeah, unfortunate. You know, again, not trying to share John's personal news on the podcast here today, but he was unfortunately unable to participate today. Found out pretty last minute, so I didn't have time to just be like, hey, anybody want to come co-host the show? I figured if I get people in the chat, cool. If I don't get people in the chat, I can handle, you know, every 15 minutes playing a song and get out of here in an hour or whatever. But so thank you to everybody that was in the chat today and hanging out and chatting along and talking to me and keeping me occupied during these last hour and 38 minutes, because I thought I was just going to be like, I don't know what to talk about, guys. What do we do? And luckily we didn't have that today. We had a lot to talk about. We had, you know, had a good discussion going. But this weekend is Buffalo Ska Fest weekend. On top of everything else we've talked about, the Steve Brown fundraiser show, the Strange Standard Strange Fest this weekend, just the abandoned trains at Good Bar this weekend. Everything's going on this weekend. It's amazing. And it warms my heart to see so much live music and so many great bands all playing. The show tomorrow night at the Soup that, you know, Braindead had to unfortunately decline, and just all the show tonight going on with a couple of great bands. Michael Delano's band, his new band is playing, and also Not Normal, which is just Jen's band. Shit, I might get out of here and go to Jackrabbit to see that, just for the hell of it. But yeah, but Friday night, I am going to be at Mohawk Place for the official Buffalo Ska Fest kickoff party. They say you're not going to want to miss the official Buffalo Ska Fest kickoff party. Start the weekend off right with Pilfers, Backyard Superheroes, Sergeant Skaggs, Kamagachi, and The New Limits. Doors at 7 p.m., music at 7:30 p.m., $20 advance, $25 day of the show, 18 plus, and re-entry is permitted. Tickets are on sale now. And you can get the ticket link through Riot Squad Media, through the event page, all that. I will say, Backyard Superheroes. I went into last year's show. I'd never heard Backyard Superheroes. My thought was, shit, let's go get food during Backyard Superheroes. But luckily, my friends were like, nah, you know, let's check out Backyard Superheroes and then go get food, or get it before Backyard. I don't remember what the order was, but I remember food and Backyard Superheroes were like back to back. And I saw Backyard Superheroes and I was like, thank you guys so much for telling me we need to be here for this band. They were incredible. They were the standouts last year. And that's not a knock on any of the other amazingly talented, other 9 amazingly talented bands that were on that show, because they're all fucking amazing. But Backyard Superheroes, like, holy shit, that was an incredible band, and I was, like, looking forward to seeing them this year. And again, they're not on Saturday night, so I gotta go Friday night if I want to see them. But Pilfers is headlining, and Cooley Ranks has been on this show before. He was a guest when we had Eddie from Toy Box Brigade on. Eddie was like, hey, do you guys want to talk to Cooley Ranks? And we're like, yes. and so he's also hosting Saturday night's show. But Friday night, amazing lineup with Pilfers headlining, Backyard Superheroes on the show, Sergeant Skag, Skamagachi, who are amazing, and New Limits. Again, $20 advance, $25 day of the show at 7 p.m. 18 plus. Re-entry is permitted at Mohawk Place, 47 East Mohawk Street in Buffalo. By the way, shout out to anybody who came out last night for the show at Mohawk Place. That was put on by Good Things Events. John and I parked at Mohawk Place. We're getting out of the car. We saw Karina, so we're like, Karina! And we stood and talked to Karina for like 15 minutes before we headed off to our own show that we were going to, the Aquabats show. And I joked with Karina, like, stop booking shows the day of the Aquabats. This is the second straight time you've done it. So that's Friday night. Now, Saturday is the big one. Saturday is Buffalo Ska Fest 2024. This one's at Ironworks, 49 Illinois Street in Buffalo. Riot Squad Media is thrilled to announce, after a victorious inaugural year, Buffalo Ska Fest will return in July with an insane lineup. Against All Authority, Folly, The Code, Working Class Stiffs, The Abrupters, Stop the Presses, Do It With Malice, Power Up, The Chemical Imbalance, The What Nows, and Turkey Blaster Omega. And a lot of those bands were on last year's show, and a lot of those bands are fucking killer. And Against All Authority headlining this, Cooley Ranks hosting this thing. This is going to be just incredible. Located in the Cobblestone District with an outdoor patio, full bar and kitchen with plenty of parking and walking distance to hotels, Buffalo Ironworks is the new official home of Buffalo Ska Fest. The Ska Shop will feature select vendors such as Timeless Babes, Ska Tins, Insidious Industries, easy for me to say, and of Lust and Leather, again, easy for me to say, as well as official Buffalo Ska Fest merch and band merch. General admission and VIP passes to Buffalo Ska Fest 2024 are on sale now. Ska Fest is all ages until 7 p.m. It's 18 plus after 8 p.m. It's going to be an amazing show, and I have been looking forward to it for a while. I can't believe it's this weekend already. I can't believe they did it so soon after they just did Camp Punksylvania last weekend. So if you're looking for me this weekend, that's a good place to find me, is at one of the Ska Fests. It'll be Mohawk Place Friday night and at Buffalo Ironworks on Saturday. So I will be at both of those, and I have an extra ticket for Saturday. If anybody needs one, let me know. Trying to get maybe half of what they're going for right now. Right now, you can buy a ticket for $40. You can volunteer and get a ticket for free if you contact Laura Rose of Riot Squad Media. But I got one for $20, so it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great, long ass show, but it's gonna be well worth it. And I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to this. That is Saturday at 4 p.m. at Buffalo Ironworks. Look at that, man. We got 2 hours and 45 minutes of just me by myself, with my intent being to just play songs every 15 minutes and get out of here after an hour. So, hey, almost a full episode. Hopefully John will be back next week. If he's not back, we'll find somebody, but he's off until he decides he's not off. So, shout out to John. And this last song is by Do It With Malice. It is off a recent EP they did where they recorded some songs live in a studio. I don't have their Facebook page up anymore to tell you more about it, but you can see them Saturday night at Buffalo Ska Fest at Ironworks. And this song, by the way, the other song on this EP, and I listened to it earlier, is a cover of Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo, and it's amazing. So check that out on your favorite streaming app. But this, and the album, the EP is called Live at Mammoth Recording Studio. And this is Do It With Malice. This song is called Gravity on all WNY Think So Joe show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next week.